Hey guys, I wanted to make sure that we understood the instructions for lesson 15.12, the careers essay assignment. And this is an essay slash graphic organizer that we're going to be working on for the next 3 days in class. So it's really important that you make sure you're listening to my instructions today and that you understand exactly what we're going to do. So in step one, we have to read the instructions. Throughout the past unit, we have spent many lessons taking tests about future careers, considering college plans, and working towards beginning to plan out our future. Now you will take the time to construct a graphic organizer regarding your findings and what you have learned in the unit. Your grade on this assignment will count for your Unit 15 test. So, good news is there is no test for Unit 15. Woohoo! However, there is an essay that you are going to be submitting to me instead. But for you guys, it's going to take more of the form of a graphic organizer with complete sentences written in. So for this assignment, you will fill in a 5-section graphic organizer using complete sentences and with ideas from the quizzes and tests you have completed in Bridges. Here's an important thing to note, everyone. For this assignment, there will be no new material that you need to research to complete. Everything you're going to write about, you should have already done if you have completed all of the Bridges assignments, okay? So for section 1, you're going to tell me about the unit and the findings you have discovered about careers. For section 2, you're going to give me a description of the career you chose. This is from the career choice activity. For section 3, you are going to tell me what you need to do to prepare for the career. What this means is you are telling me if school is necessary, if so, what type of school. Remember the activity we did regarding colleges? Do you have to take a test? I know that when I became a teacher, I had to take a test called the Praxis exam that showed that I was competent enough to teach you guys. Some other things to remember here. Do you have to go to college? Do you have to have an apprenticeship? Again, this is all things that we should have already looked up earlier in the unit, so this shouldn't be that hard of a paragraph. Section 4, why did you choose the career? So here you're kind of looking inside yourself a little bit and telling me why this was so interesting to you. Why did you choose what you chose? Is it because you've always been interested in it? Because I made you? Because your parents do it? This is where you tell me why. What makes this career opportunity so interesting to you? Does it stand out because you like working with children? Or maybe because you love art or science? This is where you give me detail. Reflect on your findings and how this unit helped you consider your future employment. For the final section, you're going to be summarizing your findings and giving me one last point of reflection, telling me how this was useful. The assignment is due on Thursday, June 4th, so you have the next 3 days to work on it. Today you'll be doing the first 2 sections of the graphic organizer. The assignment will be worth a total of 50 points and broken down in the following manner. Graphic Organizer has the required 5 sections that talk about the required material. So guys, you need to talk about what you're supposed to talk about. That's as simple as it gets for this one, to make sure that you aren't off topic and that you do understand what you are talking about. Second part, information from the graphic organizer is from the careers unit and the Bridges website. You're not Googling or something like that. Student has used the required content to write about their upcoming career choices and reflect on the choices they have made. Lastly, you will be receiving 10 points for the graphic organizer being written in complete sentences with accurate grammar and spelling, reflecting on the required career material and making sense. So you also receive some points just for making sure your essay makes sense, that I'm able to understand it, and that it talks about the required material. So you have all day, today, tomorrow, and Thursday to complete the assignment. The assignment needs to be submitted Thursday. Take your time and use the information you have already learned to help you construct this essay. You do not need to research any new material if you have completed the assignments throughout the unit. So you're going to be using, guys, stuff you've already done to get your point across here. For day 1, there will be a starter page, not a notes page, I'm sorry, to help you answer the questions that are required for the assignment. Your schedule should look like this for the next 3 days. Today, you are completing the question starter sheet and beginning to think about your organizer. Tomorrow, I will put a copy of the organizer you are to submit. It needs to be that organizer because there are required questions on it, and you will start working on it. The organizer will be due on Thursday, and everything on it needs to be written in complete sentences with detail. I will be offering essay assistance hangouts in the following dates and times. So basically what's happening, guys, is I'm going to hold a Google Hangout and be in that Hangout for that hour. If you are in Section 1, your Hangout is Wednesday from 1 to 2 p.m. If you are in Section 2, your Hangout is Wednesday from 10 to 11 a.m. What's going on here, guys? You do not have to attend for the full hour, but I will be in the Hangout for that hour. Bring your assignment. Show it to me. I will review it with you, give you some pointers, and you get 3 points. Easy peasy. It's also a great way to make sure that you are completing the organizer accurately. So I'd very much recommend coming. I'd love to see everyone in that hangout on Wednesday. So that's the project description. Today we need to look at the starter page. So this is a little sneak peek as to what the graphic organizer is going to look like for you guys. Use this graphic organizer to help. We aren't really doing that 5-paragraph essay, so I'm going to go ahead and take that section out there and say, use this graphic organizer to completely express your ideas and reflections on your chosen career. Again, please remember that you'll be using information from Bridges that you have already examined and completed to help finish the assignment. Click here to access the video describing the project. So I'll be putting this video in this organizer. You've got 2 days to complete the organizer. It is due Thursday, June 4th. This starter page is due Tuesday, June 2nd. Because it is so important, guys, that we do not leave projects to the last minute. You are going to submit the first 2 sections to me today. Use the following table to take notes. Remember to write down as much information as possible. Using complete sentences. So important, everyone. Just writing down a few words will not help you get a good score. So here's what you're completing today. And you should notice that for each section, I have provided links back to the assignments. So if you wanted to access your Career Finder quiz here, you would click on that, click on the link, and once it redirects and loads, you're back to the Career Finder quiz, just to refresh yourself to make sure you know what you're talking about. So, use the Career Finder quiz and scavenger hunt to help with your questions here. You will notice that each section of this graphic organizer has questions. You are answering the questions with the corresponding number to the right. What career did you choose to study? What were the results of your Career Finder quiz? So, you would go to the one marked number 1 and write, I chose to study the career of whatever you chose. I believe my result was journalism, so I would write that in there. And I would say a little bit about the Career Finder. Do you agree with your results, or is there a different career you would rather pursue? This is where you are providing your opinion. And do you think it's important that we study careers in 7th grade? Again, as long as your answers are expressed with logic and complete sentences, should be a pretty easy section for you. Moving on to the paragraph 1 section. Again, there's links for you. I've even put in a link to Bridges to help you out. And you're going to answer 4 questions for this section. What did we do during this unit in social studies? What types of quizzes did we take in the unit? Why do you think we took these quizzes? And what did you learn about yourself? You're going to answer all of those questions with the corresponding number in the box to the left or right using complete sentences. So this is all you're going to have to submit for today. You'll share the link with me like you normally do, but it's important to remember, guys, that you're going to have to include this in your final graphic organizer as well. And I'll address that more tomorrow. Again, if you have questions, call me, email me, get a hold of me today. Good luck.